everyone. Welcome to the district recap. Donald J. Brower here from GSHSW.com with my co-host, lackey, whatever you want to call him, James Clarke. We are going to be kind of reviewing how my predictions went with some of the districts. This is going to be District 1 through 4. We're not going to be talking about, obviously, District 3 because we didn't have anybody in there, but kind of how my predictions went and how everything went from, along the lines with our coverage areas and everything. But before we get started, we got to talk about our sponsors. The three main ones we got to talk about who've helped us get here. Champion Athletes, Dan Wernickoff. We've told you, I don't know how many times I got to tell you this. Your body is like a car. You want to have the best fuel. Dan helps you make that fuel happen. You could be an athlete, not an athlete, in-state, out-of-state, champion athletes. Give them a chance to help you lose the weight and feel better about yourself. Apex Wrestling School, 4 locations in New Jersey, 1 in New York, founded by Damian Logan and his college roommate Dane Tabano, one of the fastest growing wrestling schools in the area. Check them out if you're in the area and you're looking for a new location to train at. And the Harrington Companies. You got a house, you want to make it look nice, give the Harringtons a call. You want to rip it down and start again, give the Harringtons a call. They're your one-stop shop for fixing and breaking and doing everything you need. Now, we had a great coverage this weekend in this area. We were actually at Jefferson with Shane Dunn on the call. He was up at District 1. Now, I did okay here. I did about 500 here. A lot of the guys were finalists as well. I did predict the correct team champion, so there is that, but that's kind of easy when you could pick Don Bosco. But I'll tell you what I did and kind of how it went. So to recap, I had picked, what we'll do is I won't recap everybody. I'll mention who I picked and if it changed from who was actually the winner. So at 106, I had Caleb Ambrose from Hawthorne winning it. Turns out it was Frank Fiegel from Jefferson, but Caleb made the final. So it's tough when you only put the finalists. And I know I didn't want to get too crazy with everything, but so Caleb did finish second place. His teammate, I predicted would win 113, and he did, Jack Lorber. Heading to 120, I had picked Jason Krastowski from Butler. He finished third. Brian Little of Don Bosco Prep finished first. I got Sozrat Tasai from Wayne Hills. I predicted to finish first. He finished second. To Marco Alarcon of Don Bosco Prep. I had 132 right with Santino Denise. And I'm this second one I picked for 138. Matt Barilli did finish second, but Ryan Jack won it in his home gym. 144 I got right with Santino Rodriguez. 150 I got right with Don Bosco with Joey Monticello. 157 I got right with Joseph Lucarello. 165, I picked Ryan Flammer. However, he finished second. Benjamin Garcia of Don Bosco Prep finished first. At 175, I picked Ashton Fava of Wayne Hills. He didn't qualify for the regions. He actually finished fourth. Michael Fusilli of Don Bosco Prep actually took the title there. 190, I picked Latham Ahmad, another Wayne Hills guy. Didn't qualify for regions. Nevin Masticich of Don Bosco Prep took it at 190. Dante DeLuca was your winner at 215. I had that right. And I took Timothy Conley from Jefferson. Robert Ekins of Don Bosco Prep wound up being the winner there. So not a 50-50 slant. A lot of finalists. Couple in the upper, like I said, 175 and 190. Picked 2 guys that didn't qualify. But what do you think of those picks so far, James?
Yeah, I think the ones that were incorrect were kind of shocking ones. I know Jason Krastowski from Butler, obviously that was the one that we kind of thought was going to be in there, but obviously taking third, still qualifying for regions and still has a good chance of making it down to Atlantic City. So, definitely an interesting finish there for him, but it happens.
It also just makes it a tougher way. He could still qualify. And we've seen guys who have as long as you get there, it's all about getting there. We've had guys who get down there, they might finish a second or third. Just makes your road a little tougher. You got to wrestle at least one extra match, but if you keep winning, you got a shot, of advancing. Now, let's head to District 2. It was at Riverdale. I predicted Lakeland would be the team champion. Oh, I also predicted Don Bosco Prep. I don't know if I mentioned it. I just want to say again. I predicted Don Bosco Prep for Region 1. I predicted Lakeland for Region 2, and they were the team champion. I did really well at this district. A couple surprises, nothing too crazy, but I did really well. I only got 3 wrong here at this one. So looking at it, I picked at 106. I got right. Augie Zamretta from Warren Hills, Jack Bergman from Lakeland, Devin Ryan from New Milford. Got that at 120. 126. I picked Ryan Mezek of Emerson. He finished second to Joseph Petrillo of Dumont. 132. I took Tyler Redfield of Warren Hills. 138. I took Ryan Langemeyer of Lakeland. They won. 144. This was actually kind of shocking. I took the top seed, Richard Davies from Riverdale. He actually lost in the first round, got eliminated. And the winner ended up being Christian Battle from Lakeland. So that's a really tough one. That's always tough when you're a top seed. Excuse me. And you're the top seed, you're in your home gym, and you don't advance. So tough there. Jeremy Cosada at 150 for Dumont. Got him. Sean Walker from Lakeland at 157. Picked him correctly. 165. I took Jake Abramson of Waldwick. Luke Maspy of Emerson wound up winning it. Then the rest are all chalk. I had Gavin Sealer of Westwood. 175. Aiden Dugan of Westwood. Cole Hughes of Emerson. And Cooper Strubble of Lakeland. And as I said before, Cooper Strubble has turned it on. He was a good wrestler for them at heavyweight last year, but he's been a different wrestler this year, and he's solidified the top of their lineup. So good for him. I think the biggest surprise, besides Davies not qualifying or advancing to it, was the same with a wrestler we were actually hyped up thinking we would see in the final at 113, and that was Webb from Warren Hills, who actually lost in the quarters and didn't advance. So his season's over. The problem is the freshman.
That was definitely the biggest shocker of the tournament for sure, because we thought that would have been a great matchup to see him and Jack Bergman. Bergman probably would have taken it by the slightest edge, but things like that happens for a reason. And, he's definitely not the only one that we saw and heard about this weekend not qualifying.
No, it seemed to be real interesting. Some of the surprises, like I said, him and Davies. Davies top seed, Webb young. So I said. That was kind of shocking. So even in the losses, I was still like, wow, I did really good in that one. But wait a minute, some of those losses were like egregious losses. So it was still still pretty good there. We did well. Then we're going to head to our other district that we're covering in this first part. That would be at High Point, District 4. I picked Kittatinny here, and they won it. And I only missed 2 here. And really, the 2 that I missed on were kind of toss-up matches for me anyway. So I had at 106, Connor Hallowich of North Warren. 113, I had Delvin Rope, who won. 120, I picked Joseph Rizzuto. He finished second to Colton Joust of High Point. Ryan Horenko of Sparta, I predicted. 132, I predicted Colin Menier from West Milford. He finished second to Nick Clayton of High Point. But then the rest of the way, I was good. Logan Horenko of Sparta at 138. Benjamin Marchetto at 144 of West Milford. Reese Smith of Kittatinny at 150. James DeCunto, who we talked about. Keep an eye on this kid. Won at 157. 165, I had Ethan Dawling. He won. 175 was Bryce Coesfeld. 190, Luke Brown of Sparta. 215, Tyler Lockburner of Kittatinny. And Spencer Rubisky of West Milford. So, 2 misses, but also had 2 finalists. So I feel really good about how he did at District 4.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely I kind of figured at this district, High Point would walk away with at least 1 district champ, which they did of Nick Clayton. Even thought Miracle.
And Colton Joust. They got 2.
Yeah, so they did come out with some good district champions here. No shocker there for them. So, it was definitely great to see.
And Coach Gardner was named the District Coach of the Year. So congratulations to him. It's his last year in charge of the boys. He's moving full-time to the girls team next year. He'll still be around, and Billy Smith's going to take over as the head coach there. So good transition, in leadership there. And like I said, I think we did good here, and great job on the call for Shane Dunn and Jared Clements. They did a great job on the stream up there, and we were pretty busy this weekend with 3 streams. But that's our first part of our district recap. Tune into the other 2. We're going to be recapping districts 5 through 8, and we're also going to be recapping 9, 10, 11, and some other ones. We have some teams in, and especially that Del Barton one that I pretty much was chalk on there, but we'll get to that. But follow us on social media on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, on Facebook Garden State HS Wrestling, and on YouTube. Like and subscribe for all your wrestling needs for these events. For our upcoming live stream, we're going to be doing some coverage this weekend, maybe even 2 places. We'll see. But we're going to have some fun. So like and subscribe for all that. And don't forget, if you guys are looking to sponsor, send me an email, or if you want to set up the schedule for next year and you're looking for some stuff to do, same email, admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We're limited spots left, but we'd love to get you involved with the original GardenStateHSWrestling.com, the premier high school wrestling coverage provider in all of the state. But for James Clarke, I'm Donald J. Brower. Check out our other parts, but thank you, and we'll see you next week.